to Liquid Lunch. Hello, camera one.
Hi. I'm not getting anything in my headsets.
Why not?
I don't know. It's dead to me.
Did it just happen?
No, I don't know.
How about now?
I just put them on.
Oh.
No, that's okay. I don't need them.
You do need them. Put them back on. We go through this every time.
A bajillion things to worry about right now.
Right, and you need to be able to hear.
I can hear you just fine.
You can hear?
Nah, there we go.
There you go. That's all I needed to do. It was just a literal flick of the wrist. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I don't like that being on that shot, so I'm going to scoot.
Are we streaming?
We should be. We should be.
I don't see it.
Should be. We should be. I hope so.
Oh, all
Says
right.
online.
Oh, we are. We are.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a simple matter of hitting that refresh button.
Way to cast a little bit of doubt. I think I just messed up my camera shot, but that's all right. Fix that later. Listen. If you can't do a live stream without everything crashing, then how are you really living the experience? That's the question, and the answer is no. Hello, everybody. My name is Josh. Welcome to Liquid Lunch, Texas's live midday craft beer show. That's Kennedy, and per the usual, we are scrambling, and that's what's going on. So,
All right. Here. I need you to wax poetic again.
all right, I will. Hey, everybody. I hope that your week this week, now in October, welcome to October, everybody. I'm going to adjust my shot on the fly because I feel like it. Boom. Look at me. I'm actually going to lead it this way because it looks like I'm looking towards you. No. Anyway, sorry. I've been watching some camera setup videos, and a great time to apply them is when you finally get on air or line. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Did anybody watch the baseball playoffs the last couple of days? Actually, a lot of fun. Astros moving on to the second round, sweeping the Twins.
Just real quickly.
Yeah.
I got a ton of stuff to do. I don't mean to interrupt you, but Brendan just jumped on, and I just have to say, happy birthday, Brendan.
Yeah, happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah.
The
But
big
have
3-8. How old are you, Brendan? 3-4?
I thought he was like 32.
27? I don't know. I don't keep up with anybody's. Like, I barely remember my own. Like, for the next 10 years, I won't remember which birthday it is, so it's fine. It's fine.
I think you forgot my birthday.
I didn't forget it. I never knew it. I couldn't tell you what it is now. 35. You have to know something to forget something, and if you never take the time to remember it or to learn it, then it's not forgetting. It's just, I got too many other things on my plate. I got 3 daughters' birthdays to remember. Luckily, 2 of them are on the same day, so that's a little bit easier. I got a wife, an anniversary. Jose, what's up? Welcome to the show, sir. Let's see. What's been going on in the world? I feel like there was something significant beer-wise. Not really. What? It's October, so I guess if you've got Oktoberfest beers in your refrigerator, drink them all up because technically October 1st is kind of the end. This weekend that we've got coming up would be the culmination of Oktoberfest, and so it's now time to full-on start Octobering, which means pumpkins and fall things and all of that. If you could see the outside of my house, you would be well aware that we are in October.
I am well aware we're in October.
Yeah.
Like, I come into your house today.
Yeah, we got it.
It was
Festive.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
The weather has gotten better. It's outdoor drinking weather here in Houston and across Texas, all the great state of Texas. What else did I see? 10 years of untapped beer app. Oh.
Hey, Jeremy.
There you
I think
go.
we missed you last week, Jeremy.
Oh, hey, Jeremy. What's up? Mercy Beers. How are you, sir?
Oh,
10
Mercy.
years of 10 years of untapped beer app. That's crazy to think that that's been around, that the internet's old enough that we can have 10 years of an app. Right? That kind of blows your mind, right? Because you're like, I remember when all those apps started. Like, apps were such a big deal for a while. Did you get the app? Did you get the app? And now it's like, I don't know. Apps are still, I guess apps are still a thing. They're just kind of.
It's funny, on computers now they refer to programs as apps.
As apps?
Yes, they're no longer called programs. If you have a laptop, it's an app now.
Oh. Does that mean that we should have done like a Liquid Lunch or Stewed Productions like app a long time ago?
Probably.
Do people do that? I know that there were some. I think I just spit. Sorry, COVID. Sorry, Kennedy. You're probably coming down with whatever.
Well, I got your dog's drool all over me anyway, so.
I don't think dogs.
Yeah, your Bosco licked the crap out of my face.
No, I'm not
today.
doubting that. Of course he did. He's a lover. He really is. But do dogs spread the Rona?
I don't know. Do we have a doctor on?
No, we don't.
Well, we should.
I can play one on the internet. Philip says, nice shirt. Kennedy.
Oh, Philip.
Tammy says we do need an app. So there's one vote for an app. Okay. It would be All Things Stewed Productions, I believe. I don't know what I'd call it. I was gonna say well, how would you combine Josh and app? Call it the Jap? I don't think that's appropriate.
You can't say that.
You can't call it that.
You can't call it. Even if you did 2 A's.
Yeah. Well, it'd be
or 2 P's.
Yeah.
It's still.
Let's see. Is Liquid Lunch on Spotify? Interbrews is on Spotify for sure. I think Liquid Lunch is on Spotify. I'm almost. You know what? I'm 97.4% sure. Let me see real quick.
I forgot what I was doing right in the middle of doing.
You were. Sorry, Tim. Jeremy has a Dr. Pepper tattoo. Does that count? Yeah, totally. Totes. Now, where did I put that Spotify app? That's the question.
That's very Texan of you, Jeremy.
What's that? A Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Pepper tat.
Why is did Dr. Pepper start in Texas?
It sure as hell did.
I don't know. We've always had it in Arkansas, so it's been around for a very long time. So I'd never thought Texas when I drank Dr. Pepper as a kid.
Wow. That's where you went wrong.
I guess. Yeah. Liquid Lunch is on the Spotify. Absolutely. Right there next to Joe Rogan. Mm-hmm. Dr. Pepper's from Waco. I thought it was from Dublin, Texas, right? Where they have the real sugar, the cane sugar, the Dublin Dr. Peppers, as they say, or as it used to be. Now they ended their license, I believe. Dublin no longer makes the cane sugar Dr. Peppers. They have to call them something else, or their license ran out. Or there was something. Remember that? Are you able to pay attention? He's busy.
No.
All right, everybody else. Steve Martin was born in Waco. Like, don't get near those cans. They're shooting those cans. Is that
all right?
Like Wild and Crazy Guy? Steve Martin plays a banjo. Okay, that's who we're talking about. He was born in Waco. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Is that true? We can fact check. Right. Oh, that was one thing that happened that I think everybody is. Hold on.
There.
You told me to wax poetic, and I'm not done yet. So even though you're done, I'm going to finish. So that's one thing that everybody's trying to recover from is the debate, right? And so fact checking is now in the forefront of everybody's mind. And so now we're going to fact check. We're going to make sure we fact check us. So we're going to fact check was Steve Martin.
Are we fact checking before we rec check ourselves?
Let's see. Birthplace. Steve Martin birthplace. Waco, Texas. I never knew that. He's a Texan. All this time I've lived in Texas, and I did not know Steve Martin. Back Pew's Oktoberfest is a Saturday. That's one. And yep, Jose said it's true. It is true. The internet says and confirms it. So there you go. According to Google. According to Google, Steve Martin. Maybe we can get him on the show. That'd be awesome. He could come and bring his banjo.
Oh, there's something very significant going on this weekend.
What?
If Sunday, and I know I invited you to this.
Yeah.
And you're being very non-committal about it.
Yeah, that's a strategy.
Yeah, I know. I invented that strategy.
Oh, okay.
Sunday, if anybody, I guess I can say this without getting in trouble.
Sure.
We are celebrating one Jules' birthday at B52.
Yeah.
So anybody listening right now is invited.
Okay.
Come and hang out with us Sunday early at B52.
Oh.
Come out. I might have some Liquid Lunch swag to give away.
Give away.
Yes, if anyone is so inclined.
Okay.
So, which includes you.
All right. What day is that?
If you want it, Sunday the 4th.
Sunday the 4th.
Sunday the 4th is Jules' birthday. She is 32 years old. And come out and celebrate.
Okay. Yeah. All right. 32 is a big year.
Mercy Beers, you might have a little bit of trouble getting to Conroe, Texas this Sunday. But everyone else, yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Philip says he's going to do his best to come out.
Did you send me a Facebook message?
I did. Literally the same thing as last week. I just ignore it.
Oh, what is that?
As I explained to you last week, I send you the link.
I like how
I send you the link via Messenger, so I don't have to actually copy down that link, and I can just click on it instead of trying to type it out on this other computer. This is how I'm doing This is how I'm doing the comments.
Oh, that's how you're doing the comments.
Yes. So I don't know if can you Facebook message yourself?
Yes.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Well, then I'll start doing that so you won't ask questions. All I know is the only thing I know right now is I'm hella thirsty.
Oh, well, let's grab something to drink. How about that? And look at your watches, everybody. It's time. It's time. It's time.
It's time for your favorite segment and mine here on Liquid Lunch. This is
What you drinking?
And today,
We nailed it again.
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's our new setup.
Yeah.
It's all the prep work we did.
I don't want to talk about our new setup.
Well, you got here late. I could talk about how you got way more sleep than I did last night because of things, and I won't bring that up.
Well, if there would have been a possibility that there may not have been a show today.
That's weak. Sounds like weakness. Mercy Beers, as far as the Sabro hop, I mean, yes, it gets. Yeah, it takes. Thank you. Those graphics. That's all. That's the hands of Kennedy. Hold up your hands, Kennedy. Let him see those hands. Those are the Those are the hands that build those graphics. Thank you.
I feel like I could have been a hand model.
Well, you're definitely an ace with the graphics. How about that? But the what was I going to say? I forget what I was going to say. I got off topic. Oh, the Sabro hops. Yeah, no, people are using them for sure. I don't think it's the rage. Houston is a haze craze. Still in the middle of a haze craze. But speaking of haze, what you got there?
Well, we have no haze today.
Oh,
No haze at all. All right. So
you don't.
if anybody
You don't saze.
Yeah, if anybody saw our promo, you know today we're talking Kolsch, and it's the only reason is because I brewed a Kolsch.
It's because Kennedy loves him some Kennedy.
It's Kennedy's Kolsch,
Yeah.
so you get to drink my Kolsch.
How'd you come up with that name?
And technically, that just reminds me. I forgot to bring my recipe, so I don't even know one. I forgot one in my Kolsch.
Oh.
So here we go. We got some Galveston Island Brewing Kolsch.
Nice.
We have
Can you not slam? So I get the exuberance.
Great Heights Lager-ish. And we'll touch on here in a second why it's called lager-ish, even though this is not a lager. It's an ale.
Slamming.
Then Jules went to Dallas, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, went to this brewery called Funky Picnic.
Funky Picnic.
And we have a
Shout
Kolsch
out to
there.
Funky Picnic.
Kolsch there called Vibe.
I'm going to see if they're on Twitter. Anybody know if they're on Twitter? Anybody here?
They're on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Then they should be on Twitter.
So-
Anybody know Jeremy? Do you know anything about Funky Picnic? They're kind of up there.
All right, so I thought we'd do a thing today where
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some samples of Kolsch's, and I want you to rate the Kolsch's.
Do what with the Kolsch's?
The Kolsch's.
Do what? What am I supposed to do with them?
You're gonna rate them.
Rate.
Or judge them or whatever.
Rate. Oh, make sure you enunciate that T.
But we
it got a
talked-
little soft, and it sounded like something else. I'm like, I love Kolsch's, but that's
Oh.
just inappropriate.
Oh, how is that even possible?
Of course, anything's possible. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Sorry, that got weird. That got real weird.
You made it weird.
Okay, Jeremy, not familiar with Funky Picnic. I'm going to find out if they're on the old Twitters. First, actually, before I do that, are y'all ready for this? Before I do that, I need everybody to look at your phones, look at your computer screens. Are you ready for this?
Yeah,
we
I'm
need
ready.
to do this because
I'm
we're
ready.
right at the almost at the 20-minute mark. Hold on. See, this show, we have a great crew here hanging out doing this show. Myself and Kennedy, and then all of you joining us via the internet. But we want to grow our family. This is a family. We want to adopt more beer drinkers all
lost
around
my
the
pen.
world. You need a pen? How about a dry erase marker? Thanks, man. Thanks.
No.
Thanks for the. I got another pen, maybe.
Thanks for making our setup non-mobile.
What? It is mobile. Your big melon head. Just
It was my hand.
either way. What was I going to say? Oh yes. we want to get more people in on this party. We want more people doing some day drinking on a Thursday because why not? People should be sitting outside right now in Texas. It is amazing right now. And we want to share the joy of all this great Texas beer. So if you have your phones or tablets or on your laptop, or if you're still at work and you don't get to go to lunch just yet, get ready, click those links and make a list of, I don't know, 1,000 or 2,000 of your closest friends or cohorts or clients at work. That whole email list you've been crafting for the last 10 years, it's time to put that thing to use. And evening drink, yes, there you go. That's even better. See, you know what we need? We need like a conglomerate, like a United Nations of beer drinkers. You know, like a dual, like an alliance.
All right.
Just like the old days. Anyway, everybody get ready and then click that link and get ready to share this with those that you love and you want to spread joy. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to share. If you care, share the link. Share on Twitter. Retweet.
My God, that's the longest intro ever.
I was waiting on you. I wanted to get to the 20-minute mark.
I felt like I was at church again and they're like about to take the offering there.
It is. It's kind of like that. So let's pass the plate. But this plate, instead of you putting money in, I want you to put a link in and send it to somebody that would enjoy the show. Or that wouldn't if you want to just annoy them. It's fine. But we all need a reprieve from awful things on a screen, as I talked about earlier with the debate the other day. So we aren't going to talk over each other quite as much, I don't think. Man, that was bad. Anyway, there you go. Share on all the places, and we appreciate that. Just send it to, use that email. If you're at work, you've cultivated an email list, I'm sure.
All right.
And so, whatever you're selling, boom, go for it. Yeah.
Mercy said graphics are getting cool.
Yeah.
I'd say they've been cool.
I mean, yeah, they're good, but they're getting better every day. He's talking about your chat graphics there. Those are evolving.
Yeah, it's been a work in progress. This is my new pet.
You know what else? You know what else is really putting the show over the top today? Right on the outskirts of the chat right there is that pumpkin.
Check this out. Hold on.
What?
We got Dutch Beer Geek. So, Mr. Dutch Beer Geek, are you actually in Holland right now?
Do you know that it's a mister?
I don't. Are you in Holland right now, or are you from Holland? This show's starting to become international, and we like it a lot. So, anyway, back to the thing.
They instead of Prost, they Proust, Dutch Beer Geek. Proust. Hey, we got to get back to the beer, right?
Yeah. I'm getting this all. Is this all in the?
Huh? I don't know.
Oh man,
the camera went funky.
Yeah, it looks like the beer cam. It looks like there's a river flowing through our table.
It's like one of those '80s things. I think it's that. I got that dongle from a. It was inexpensive off of Amazon. Which, if you want to help support the show, you can use our Amazon link, liquidlunchshow.com/Amazon for all those purchases to help move this thing along. But it looks like an '80s video or something, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. If I get up and go touch the screen, I think I can fix it. Do you want me to do that?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's fine because it's going to stay like that until.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's why we need you to use that Amazon link so we can buy a real camera. That would be the thing. But anyway.
Yeah, I think Jeffrey said that my Kolsch is going to be cloudy.
Oh, well, here we go. So drinking Kolsch's today, speaking of being international, if you triangulate the distance between Holland and England, it doesn't triangulate into Germany, I don't think. But it's, or I guess you could, depending on where you put that other point of the triangle. I don't know. This is a stretch. But a great German-style beer brewed only in Cologne to be called an actual Kolsch. It's an appellation, just like champagne. And we celebrate.
Oh, there it is. All right.
Mm-hmm. I got you, man. You got your own bottle opener. I got mine. Yeah. I'm trying to get this whole thing. Real. Is that real foamy? Where's Foamy Head 13 when you need him?
Okay. All right,
Where you at, John?
Josh.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right.
We have.
And look, hey, just to say, all these screens in place, and me, my normal, just ignoring you, I could not see what you were pouring. If that's still,
No, you're not supposed to see. All
that's
right.
what I'm saying. I have the way it's set up, so it's like it's helped.
Oh, thanks.
So this is
Thanks, Mercy. He shared with his fellow beer tubers,
Yeah, awesome.
and he's telling. Oh, I should probably just.
Huh?
I need more room over here. What I need is an assistant.
No, you don't.
Anybody want to assist? Okay. Yeah, he said he shared with
The beer.
his beer tubers. So he's saying hi to Dutch Beer Geek.
There you go. Awesome.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Mercy.
My cousin, his family is all from Holland, so
All right. So I've got 4 beers for you.
cousin-in-law, I guess. Okay.
You do not know which of these 4
All right.
are which.
1, 2, 3. I think I know that one's yours.
Which one?
The cloudy one that's all foamy.
Oh, not true.
Okay, fine. Oop.
There you go.
Oh, not a clean glass. No, it is. Never mind. That's the print.
All right. So
All right.
you have 4 Kolsches we're going to talk about.
All right. Does it matter which one I drink first?
It
Do you
does
know
not.
Which one is which? Do you
Yes,
remember?
I wrote them all down.
Okay. Oh wow.
So
Good for you.
I know which one is which.
Okay.
Um,
Wow.
So first of all, while you're drinking this, a little bit of history on the Kolsch.
Should I start just now?
Yeah, why not?
All right. I'm going to start to the one that you handed me first, which is this one
All right, hold on.
in the Austin Homebrew Cup. Our friends at Austin Homebrew, a homebrew in Austin, as the title would tell you. Got this glass when I went up there a few years ago. Did an interview with those guys back on an Interbrew's interview. Ah, okay. So Kolsch. Aroma. Smells Kolshy. Smells like beer. That's when I think of like somebody who says, hey, I want a beer that tastes like beer.
Yeah.
Like a new person to craft.
Yeah, this.
That's what I think. It's like, okay, get them a Kolsch.
Yeah, the Kolsch is definitely a gateway.
Kolshy. Kolsch has kind of a, well, you know, because it is an ale yeast, right? Even though it's treated like a lager. I don't want to step on all your education there. But it has kind of that little fruity thing going.
Yes, fruity. Slight fruitiness is a characteristic of a Kolsch,
Yeah. But still crisp.
which is why it's one of the reasons that it does differ from a lager.
Right. It's like an ale treated like a lager. Hybrid style. Hybrid
Yeah.
style. All right. Educate on if you would like.
All right,
While
so,
I sip. Do it.
go ahead.
What's the ABV average on Kolsch? Before I know you're going to cover this, but
Average ABV on a Kolsch is between 4.8 and 5.2%.
so perfect lunch beer.
yeah, perfect.
This with a
Perfect.
sandwich, like a roast turkey sandwich.
I'd say a Kolsch is pretty much a good all-around beer.
Turkey melt.
Yep.
Yeah.
So according to the BJCP guidelines,
Go for it.
Kolsch is under the category 5, which is a pale bitter European beer. I hope I spelled everything right today.
Chances are you didn't.
I'm not going to go into all the geeky details about
No, why not?
because I don't have enough. So I just right now I just have the overall impression that the judges would be looking for in judging a Kolsch style. Right there, overall impression: clean, crisp, delicately balanced. Beer usually with very subtle fruit and hop characteristics. Subdued maltiness throughout leads to a pleasantly well attenuated and refreshing finish. Freshness makes a huge difference with this beer as the delicate character can fade quickly with age. Brilliant clarity is characteristic.
There you go.
So-
I was looking. I know they've done the judging for GABF already, or a lot of it. Maybe the first few rounds. I saw a few of the posts on beer Twitter. Yeah, Mercy Beer says Kolsch versus Kolsch style can be a massive difference as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, people in America, brewers in America, I'm sure in UK too, they're just, they don't let that whole Reinheitsgebot thing hold them down, and they're like, let's see what we can do with this thing.
Well, a true Kolsch would follow Reinheitsgebot. Reinheitsgebot.
Well, it's also brewed in Cologne, so it's a very limited thing. So if you're outside of Cologne, why not,
It's
frill it up a bit?
it's the same as us calling champagne when
Champale.
it's actually sparkling wine.
Do you know Champale is owned by Pabst, which is now headquartered in San Antonio?
No.
Yeah.
All right. So For the beer to truly be called a Kolsch
Yeah.
and not a Kolsch style as we note it, it's got to come from the Cologne region of Germany, which is right there on that sweet little map.
Okay.
So Cologne, or Köln, as they say in German.
Oh, do they?
Köln.
Is that what's that there to the left? Is that Holland? What is that?
Holland is
Do you know?
yeah, I know.
You've been over there, right?
I have.
Oh.
Now, Holland is basically where you see.
Can you use your cursor or no?
Huh?
Can you use your cursor
I
on
can't.
Oh,
I can't.
we
So
need that's
it-
what we need. We need a green screen with a map, and you to do like
I don't know.
what?
I don't want to say.
Can you-
Because I might be wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, just look it up on Google. Anyway, Holland's right over there.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that far west,
Uh-huh.
but that's okay.
So over there, it's close to the Belgian and France border.
Chad says it sounds like you just read that out of the dictionary. Technically, it's an encyclopedia, but
Well, I
That's
read
a
it.
strange
I
part.
kind of did. I read it straight off that graphic. So yeah. But oh, good. We got Chad here today, as we're actually talking beer talk today. So
he called me first thing yesterday morning. I had a technical issue with an old email account. So sorry if anybody got an email from me from the Interbrews account. Disregard and delete. So anyway, it's probably only those who did a show 3 years ago or earlier. That's probably who would be a target of that account. Anyway, go ahead.
all right, let's say hi to Foamy Head.
Hey, John.
Yeah, John's watching. Unfortunately, he looks like he's working today, so no beers for him.
Nah, that's too bad.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't said hi to Jeffrey. Hi, Jeffrey.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Yep.
When's the last time you brewed a Kolsch, Jeffrey? Speaking of Kolsches, the Kolsch style at last year's GABF, which the judging going on currently, or maybe they're done, but the GABF announcement won't be for another, I think it's 2 weeks. I wonder if they're live streaming the results like they normally do. Chad, do you know? They're not doing an in-person GABF this year. That's very sad, but COVID sucks. That's the rule. Last year's winner, 2019 Kolsch style winner, gold medal. Do you know who that was?
I do.
Texas's very own.
Yeah.
All Stop Brewing.
That's why we don't have one of theirs.
Oh, because you're
We're,
scared.
we're not judging one of theirs. I went with like a little, some of the famous. If you're in the Houston area, or actually anywhere in Texas now, I mean
I probably should have stopped and compared.
I would say the top two go-to Kolsches are going to be Fancy Lawnmower from St. Arnold, and
All right, so this one in the Brooklyn glass.
yeah,
That's what I'm going to next.
okay,
I should have stopped and compared. I just
Yeah.
finished.
yeah,
This one's a little more. Has a little more. What's the word I'm looking for there? A little more. It's like lighter on the breadiness.
okay,
A little more crispness. Which is what I'm getting from this one. A little crispier. A little sharper, I think is what sharpness.
yeah. It's I mean, if you,
I'll go through and sample. I should have done that earlier. I should have left some in there.
yeah, if you're a Kolsch is very similar to a lager, although a Kolsch technically is an ale.
That has more of the fruity element, but still very crispy.
One the difference being between lager and ale is fermentation.
So this hazy Kolsch.
It's that. All right, hold on. Hazy.
Yeah, I'd call that hazy. Would anybody else call that hazy? That's hazy. You can't even see through it.
Oh, that is hazy.
How long was this? I know this is yours. Because,
You're cheating.
listen, it has all the hallmarks of homebrew.
Well, I don't know why.
It's big on the fruit. It's a good tasting beer,
It,
but it would get knocks for a Kolsch style.
It was not hazy when I poured it. I think it was I recently went to all kegging. So Jeffrey, you can't give me any more shit about that. I'm all keg now, and
Yeah, Danny says hazy. Yeah,
yeah,
super.
it's that's obviously hazy.
That is
okay,
hazy. All
but it wasn't hazy. I went from a cake.
Jeffrey wants to know if this one was bottle conditioned.
Not bottle condition. I went straight from my keg into that bottle, and I think there were some issues there. And that's why it's hazy.
That
But
should-
it wasn't hazy before.
Hold on. Why would that cause haze?
I don't know.
If I let it warm up, perhaps that would cause like just a chill haze.
All right.
But maybe we'll let it clarify. Tom says he wants a shirt. Tom, we got you one.
Tom, send me your shirt size. Where do you see?
I'm
Oh,
ahead
there
of
he
you.
is.
Hey, let me ask you
Yeah,
this.
send me your shirt size.
What
Tom,
yeast did you use?
Oh, so on this one, it's a little different. It's more of a non-traditional. It's a Kolsch, but it's kind of a little. It's a different take on it because I actually used the Quebec yeast. Quebec yeast on
What
this.
temperature did you ferment at?
I fermented at 68.
Oh.
And so I fermented 68 for 2 weeks, and then I spend the next week dropping the temperature down to 33. So every day I would like twice a day I drop the temperature down by 3 degrees.
It's a little
sweet, right?
A little sweet.
Yeah, it is. My Kolsch is a little sweet, which what will happen when
It's not coinly sweet at all, and the body is a little softer than these other crispy guys.
right.
So, I mean, I think that's where you get knocked comparing it to like the other Kolsches, the commercial Kolsches, which these guys are fantastic brewers. So, no shame there. I mean, it's a great tasting beer though. Good job on a drinkable beer that.
All right. Jeffrey's asking how long was in the keg.
How long did you lager it?
So this is what I'm explaining. For a week, twice a day, I would drop the temperature down by 3 degrees until I got to oh shit, I did it again. I drop it by 3 degrees until I got to 32 degrees, and then I kegged it. So it's some sort of lagering process. It's not the 6 weeks, 3 months of lagering process that a lager goes through.
Let me ask you this:
But there was somewhat of a lagering process, which is pretty typical of a Kolsch.
What made you decide to use the Quebec yeast and then also ferment at a lower temperature? Because Quebec is typically used at a much higher temperature. That's the kind of the hallmark of that yeast.
So this is what happened. Julie was at the grain cellar.
I like how things happen to you.
Yeah.
Instead of anyway, but go ahead.
Julie was at the grain cellar, or she was in Humble, and I asked her to go by the grain cellar and pick me up ingredients. I said I want to do a Kolsch, and so her and Preston has a recipe. It's called Gulf Kolsch.
I get it.
Is the recipe. So
Witty.
that Kolsch also has a bit of some orange peel in it.
Okay, that's what I'm. Okay.
So that may have added to the sweetness. And I didn't use I forget the hop. I know it wasn't a bittering hop, so that's why it's a little bit sweeter. Did you do lager or Kolsch? I thought it was top fermented. Yes, it is a top fermented. So with a Kolsch, they tend to be top fermented, yes, top fermented as ales are, but then it also goes through a lagering process.
You give it that old lageration.
Yeah. So, we have a beer here. One of the Kolsch's we have is called, It's Great Heights. It's lager-ish. It's their Kolsch. And
Which one was that?
Huh?
Which one was that?
What, the lager-ish?
Yeah. Did you pour like of the
Well,
ones?
I'm waiting for you to tell me to judge.
To judge all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't really know I was doing that. I was just kind of comparing a little bit here and there.
Okay.
I drank all of the first one.
Okay.
And then didn't try the other one side by side. So I wasn't. I just thought you were wanting to compare yours to theirs, because these others are great.
Yeah.
Like I said, these down here are a little. There was a little more of the bready notes compared to the first. Who was first?
Which glass was it?
Austin Homebrew.
Okay, so that one was the Funky Picnic from Dallas, Texas.
Okay. I mean, they're all good.
Yeah.
But these two down here, I guess these would both be the Houston area ones.
Yeah.
They had a little more of that bready character. This one over here was a little lighter on that,
Okay.
and then yours is sweet.
Yeah, mine's a little sweet. I need to work on that. It's a little too sweet, but
I think
it's not bad.
it would not surprise me if a Dallas approach and a Houston approach were different, just because the personalities of those two towns and kind of the approach to life in those two towns are going to be different. I know it's hot in Dallas, but here Houston is you need something to cut through humidity, and so you want something crispy.
Well,
and so these other two nailed kind of that crispiness. I don't know if that's by design or if just,
this is the Dallas one, and look how clear this thing is.
Yeah.
So another cool, getting back into the Kolsch.
Mm-hmm.
So Kolsch coming from Cologne, Germany.
Yeah.
And back, 500 plus years ago, each kind of part of Germany, because Germany wasn't a country back then, so it was a bunch of like little nations, and each little area had their own style of beer.
Mm-hmm.
And the people in Cologne were they went towards they went ale.
Yeah.
Most people were lagers. They went ale, top fermented yeast. In fact, back in early 1600s,
Yeah.
the town council said, "We are not lagering," basically. So
Nine to lager.
So they had a decree that says, and once again, this is from 1603. The style of their beer in their city was that you prepare your beer as of old from good malt, good cereals, and good hops, well boiled, and pitch it with top yeast, by no means with bottom yeast.
Yeah. Be a top, not a bottom.
Yes.
That's what they said. Boom. Kennedy needs to provide his recipe and brew day notes next time he does a homebrew per all the people.
Yes, I had everything organized, and I didn't really. I'm very unorganized.
Yeah, well.
Um,
They want to know, okay, the people are clamoring to know, how long did you ferment? And
Okay.
then lagering was my question.
all right.
Okay.
John, send me your information. I don't know if we have your email or not. Send the show a message on Facebook, and I'll get back with you, John. He's interested in a shirt.
Yeah, who wouldn't be?
Yeah, John, you're one of the original
Have
viewers, so I'll give you one.
Have you read the Kolsch book?
I have not. I can't believe they made a whole book out of that.
Well, it's the style series that the Brewers Association put out a while back, years and years ago. I had the Kolsch book around here somewhere, but I believe one Chadford Pilbeam borrowed it at some point, and I believe he still has it. Chadford, if you're listening,
Yeah,
and you still have that Kolsch book,
you're.
I think I got it signed by the author, who was none other than
Boring.
huh?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
You're saying boring?
Yeah.
About what?
You have a book about a style of beer.
Look, have you
Yeah.
ever looked over here? I've got a book for every style.
Uh-huh.
Almost. I mean, I've got I'm missing 5 of the series, but I did all the German ones first. My goal was to do the Cicerone certification, so I was going through each style and studying each style. Kolsch, I think, was one of the first ones, but anyway, there you go. Is that yours?
Yeah.
All right. So which one was the one in the Brooklyn glass?
Brooklyn Glass was Galveston Island.
Okay, that one was
So yeah,
tasty.
this is hazy. Jeffrey said that it could be the yeast settling at the bottom of the keg.
Did your
Because it was not. It was so clear. Last time I poured it out of that keg, it was so clear, and now it's really hazy.
how long was it kegged before you poured this bottle?
It's been kegged for, I want to say, 3 weeks.
And how long? So typically, what you can do is you can keg, let it settle, pour off the first couple of pints because they're going to be super, yeasty,
So
and then you're good from there.
I brewed the Friday, I think, the day before the 200th episode.
Somebody's asking if that's your handwriting or if you had some child write the description on your beer bottle.
You're real funny there, Jose. I never said that in a past life I think I was a doctor because my handwriting is not good.
Or a kindergartner.
Something like that. But yeah. Danny is asking how long I let it ferment. 2 weeks. Your standard 2 weeks, as you would with an ale. I fermented at 68 degrees, and I slowly dropped the temperature over the next week until I got down to 32 degrees.
Okay.
Then I kegged it.
There you go. All right.
And I am...
So this one would be is that Great Heights you said? The lagerish?
Yes.
It's a little fruitier than the Galveston Island. Mm-hmm. Both very good.
I'm drinking mine. It is... Yeah, it's really sweet and fruity.
Yeah. It's not bad. Do you have...
I don't know that...
It's not Kolsch.
Yeah, if I were to enter this in a contest, it's a good beer. I like it a lot, but I don't think it like follows the guidelines.
You know what you would benefit from?
No? What?
Getting a book on the style that you're brewing instead of being such a meathead and saying, "Oh, don't be a nerd and read books. Meh. Just brew beer, bro."
That's right.
Hey, Jeffrey does have a good suggestion for you. If you have a phone, which he does kind of, he never looks at it, but he does have one theoretically. You could download Brewfather or Beersmith and then keep all of your stuff, all your brew days, and it'll do all your calculations. Beersmith, I know, is great. You can listen to his podcast. Brad Smith, Beersmith, he's a engineer. You only need to listen to like 6 of his episodes because they all just kind of sound the same after a while. But there's like whatever the categories are, it's good to listen to.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a recommendation. But you need to nerd out a bit.
I do. So when I brew a style, that's typically like, a week before I brew it. I usually that's my go-to beer for that week. I'm going to a brewery or something. Like I brewed a Kolsch. I've been drinking a lot of Kolsch's lately.
Well, there you go. I'm gonna ask Chad if he still has Kolsch.
That's what I do. I don't read. Maybe I should, but I don't.
You should read. You got plenty of time for it.
Do I?
I know you do. I know of a place that you go almost every single day where you have time to read. So
I wouldn't say I have time.
No, you absolutely do.
I do other things.
Yeah, Jeffrey
I
makes
work
a
on
good
it.
Jeffrey makes a good point. When you're using the Kvekis, different temps will give different flavor profiles.
Yeah,
that's kind of the highlight of that.
I think I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna brew another Kolsch, and I'm gonna try it without using the Quebec yeast, whatever. Yeah.
No, Jeremy's speaking of Brad Smith, a Beersmith podcast. He does have some good guests. He does, for sure.
Yeah, I know.
Tom
I think
says me too to something. I don't know what he was talking about, but
yeah, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tom, once again, send me your shirt size.
Oh, sure.
What we have color options.
Yeah.
And John, send me your info, and I will make sure you get a shirt, sir. The only thing I asked is you guys just do a social media post with the shirt.
Okay.
Help us out.
Yeah, maybe like an Instagram post where you're wearing just the shirt. Like some of the beer models do on Instagram.
Yeah, just
that would be hot.
We want you to wear the shirt, but we don't want you to Pooh Bear the shirt.
No, absolutely Pooh Bear the shirt.
No, do not Pooh Bear the shirt.
Danny says he's brewed a few Kolsch's, 3 weeks fermentation the last time, which turned out to be the best. At what temperature, Danny? That's the question. What temperature?
Yeah.
Temperature matters.
3 weeks of fermentation. Did you lager at all, Danny, or after fermentation did you go straight to your keg?
I was going to say the Kolsch book. Here's a little history for you. Kennedy, I know you've been into some history lately. I need to hit my burp button. I love it.
The burp button is right in the microphone.
Yeah, that's gross. Nobody wants to hear that.
This is a beer show. You are allowed to belch in the mic.
You can, but it's not. That's for those other guys. Anyway, the book Kolsch, right, was written by Eric Warner, who was the head brewer and one of the founders of Karbach pre-buyout. He was there obviously after the buyout, but brilliant brewing mind. He was at Flying Dog before that, but he literally he trained in Germany. He wrote the book on, he wrote Kolsch and Oktoberfest, I believe. Hold on. Let's see.
So, Mercy, you're asking me about using the Pilsner malt I'll be honest with you.
Oh no, German wheat beers. Sorry, German wheat beers.
I was supposed to bring my recipe and I forgot it. But I mean, I'm pretty sure I used Pilsner malt. I know, it's pale malt for sure. I think there was one base malt and then one specialty malt that went into it.
Okay. Anyway, Eric Warner wrote the book on Kolsch and German wheat beers. So there you go. It's not a bad beer though. It would get knocked for Kolsch.
Yeah, it needs some work. This is actually my first attempt at a Kolsch.
Yeah.
I like it. I see a lot of room for improvement on it. So I think this year I'm brewing forward. I think I'm just going to stick to about 4 or 5 styles and just perfect them instead of just doing a different thing.
If you're going to perfect, you should stick to one style and brew it 1,000 times.
Well, I don't want to do that. I'm thinking maybe 4 styles.
Okay.
That I keep brewing, but
Well, then improve. I would say improve.
And I would say I want to do a Kolsch. This is my goal is to be able to brew a Kolsch.
Is it your goal or your Golsch? He lagered the third week. Standard 68 degrees, then lagered the third week. Step down to 36.
It sounds like you did exactly what I did.
Did you lager or did you ferment for 3 weeks?
Well, he said
how long did you ferment?
2 weeks. Okay. Lagered the standard 68. Lagered third week.
You went 2 weeks.
Oh, you went 3 weeks and then lagered it down, and then lagered it to 36 degrees. So it was okay. You did. Maybe I should have went. Maybe next time I'll try an extra week of fermentation.
You just need to slow down. I'm sure that Jules has told you this before, but slow down. So just slow down and enjoy yourself, and let the process happen.
Yeah,
that's probably you've heard her say that before, right? I can hear her saying that.
She tells me to slow down, but
yeah,
we're not allowed to talk about that. Right
slow down, enjoy the process, let it happen, let it come to you. Don't force it. Right?
Something like that.
She's pretty smart. Turns out she's pretty smart. Talking about beer. That's a great beer right there that you're pouring. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you brought those. I'm also glad to see that Galveston Island, although Tiki Wheat official BOI, Beer of the Island, right? Mm-hmm. Like officially, they have a billboard that says it and everything, so it has to be true. More available up here on the mainland and way up here north of the wall in Cyprus. Or right at the wall. I guess we're right at the wall. We're kind of like we're on the wall. 99's the wall. So we're just inside the wall.
If I were to say one thing about the Galveston Island one, I would say it's a little bit hazy. Like it should be the last one I had, which was the one from Great Heights. It was super clear. Like mine was at one time. Right. Not anymore.
Actually, I was watching a video this morning on Kolsch, and if you're going to follow the exact specifications for Kolsch set up in the Kolsch, in the Cologne law book, right? The rule book for Kolsch, it has to be filtered. So that might be the difference between one was filtered and one was not. So they in Cologne, like Zuner or Fru or any of those places, the actual Kolsches. Have you ever had any of those? Those have kind of a fruity bouquet on them. Chad actually got me a Zuner Kolsch the first time I ever tried one of those. That was fantastic. So, Chad, if you're still watching or listening, thanks for that. And if you got any more of that, let me know. But, yeah, it has kind of this big fruity bouquet, but a crisp. But they filter them. They have to be filtered. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. And do you know the name of the glass that it should? I feel like I let you down a bit because I have some of these style glasses. But I didn't. They're in a tote because they're branded and they're very basically the taster glass. They're a 200 ml.
I think.
Do you know the name of it?
I don't.
It's called a stang or a stong. A stong.
Oh yeah, I saw that when I was doing this. But yeah, I believe that on screen is the fish. That's a Kolsch glass.
That's a 200 milliliter.
So as I was reading up and doing some research on the Kolsch for today's show, I noticed that typically these are served in 6-ounce glasses.
200 milliliters.
Yeah.
That's 200 mils.
Okay, yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be.
So smaller glass.
Yeah. And they bring them out. I forget the name of the tray, but they bring them out. So the way they serve it in Germany, or in Cologne, Right. And Danny says honey. He used honey.
Yeah.
And Mercy Beers then said honey beers have a special place in his heart. And, it's because you guys are so sweet. That's what that is. You guys are, and you're the bee's knees. That's why. But what I was going to say is who made the honey Kolsch here in the Houston area? Somebody did a honey Kolsch.
I don't remember a honey Kolsch.
It'll come to me here in a minute. Let me think about that. But anyway, the way they do it in Cologne is you go to one of these breweries like Fru. Fru is kind of the big one that everybody, but then Zuner is the original. And then there's I forget the name of the third one that they said is kind of the one everybody's like, this is this is the one, this is like the locals love the most, right? So it's kind of like when you go to Memphis, like the Fru is like the what's the place in the basement with the ribs? Rendezvous, right? Everybody's heard of the Rendezvous, and you go there, you can actually you've heard of Rendezvous, right?
I haven't.
All right, never mind. Do you even barbecue, bro? Do you even eat barbecue?
Yeah, come on.
Do you ever eat baby back ribs?
Come on.
There's Corky's down the street if you want to get a little Memphis barbecue in your life. It's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, baby back ribs, dry or wet?
Me?
Yeah.
That's
That's a Memphis rub, dry. Oh, it was Eighth Wonder? That might be right, Tammy. Honey Hole? Was it Honey Hole?
Oh, Honey Hole is Spindle Tap, but that's an ESB.
Yeah, that's okay. That's somebody did a Honey Kolsch though.
Yeah,
Eighth Wonder.
The Honey Hole ESB won GABF.
Yeah, but not for ESB.
Yeah, was it?
No,
No,
it's
it
a
wasn't for
different
ESB. I think it was. I forget what category.
Like special. I don't remember. It wasn't ESB. It might have been like just bitter or.
Hold on, Tammy, are you coming out Sunday?
It'd be awesome if you did. But anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, so you go to the brewery.
Not for me, obviously, for
Right.
Jules.
All right, hold on. Here you go. So you sit down, and the waiter will come up, and he'll just say, is there anybody not drinking beer? And if anybody raises their hand, if like say they're the designated driver or a child under the age of, I don't know what the drinking age is, and like 8 in Cologne. But anyway, they're like, all right. And then they'll just start bringing out the round trays that have the slots where the stang actually goes down, and they have this big handle in the middle so they can bring out 12, 16 at a time, and they bring it for the whole table, and they just start putting them down. And then when it's empty, unless you've put your coaster over the top of the stang, right, you have to put it just like this. If you do that, then they'll stop bringing it. But as long as it's open like that, they just keep bringing them. And they said they go through the big barrels, the 55-gallon barrels, like one every 40 minutes or 50 minutes or something like that, which is crazy. That's a lot of beer. And they just go in and they have they typically, instead of a tap like we have typically when you think they have typically it's like a faucet. And they just, and they spin that thing around. And anyway, they bring it out to you. And they just keep bringing them until you say, 9 or whatever they say in Germany.
I mean, you're drinking beers about 6 ounces at a time.
200 mils.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I think it's close. Anyway,
200 mils.
200 mils at a time. You're going to go through a lot of glasses.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Lots of them.
Speaking of, I found a place that sells unbranded 200 mil stangs in I believe it's a dozen at a time or 18 at a time, it's a dozen. It's like a little over $18 for a dozen Kolsch glasses for stangs, and if you order, it's like $18.75, and if you order more, you can get them for less per dozen. So if anybody's interested in getting a full set of Kolsch glasses, which I'm big on, style specific glasses and the whole.
Yeah, you are.
All of that, the pomp and circumstance. That's maybe my favorite part of. It's not my favorite part of beer, but it needs to be part of it. It needs to be part of it. And so, if anybody wants to go in and get a reduced price on a dozen stained glasses, I know there's a lot of us that have more glasses than we know what to do with. But if anybody else wants to glass nerd out, or if they want the link, just send us a link over, Facebook or Twitter. Or YouTube, or however, just message us in any of those ways, and I can send you the link, or we can hook up. And if you're here in Houston, we can order those together and get a reduced price. But anyway, it's a link I found. So if you're looking for style specific glasses to me, Kolsch is really in the Houston area, kind of an early summer, late or springtime beer.
Sure. I don't think we. The only reason why we decided to do a Kolsch show today
Yeah.
is because I brewed a Kolsch and you hadn't had any yet. And I felt like you needed to taste my Kolsch.
Sure.
And the whole show today just kind of spun off of that.
That's fine. I like it.
Uh-huh.
I like nerding out. I like it. That's a thing.
So, Mercy Beers. We got a little tip, little inside information for you that we haven't posted yet.
What's that?
Well, he's saying he's drinking
I saw it.
his lime Kolsch in a Pilsner glass.
Yeah. Says he's a Philistine.
Uh-huh.
You know what a Philistine is?
Yes.
Okay.
Someone from Philistine.
Do you know where that comes from?
Do you know the most famous Philistine?
Yeah, Goliath.
Yes.
Duh.
Okay.
But do you know that? So it's in the Bible, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And they were considered savages.
Yeah.
They were descendants of the Rephaim, the sworn enemies of the Israelites. There's a whole thing there if you want to get into it.
All right. So.
Are you saying no? Maybe later. Anybody want to get into biblical history and ancient Near East history?
No,
let me know. We can do a show on that. I know a guy.
We can do a show on it, but we don't want to do today's show on it.
Okay.
So, Tammy, I'm asking her about Sunday, and she's got to check with her contributor to her finances.
Sure, man.
Because I will say one thing about B52.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
You can spend a lot of money there.
Hey, hold on.
Because you start getting those beers to go.
Yeah.
And one thing leads to another.
One thing.
And you have 2 pallets of beer you're taking home, and you're leaving there, and it's like $300.
Well, you said Sunday, right?
Sunday.
High of 85 here in the greater Houston area.
It is going to be such a fabulous day to be hanging out in those with all the pine trees.
Yeah. In the shade, it's going to be
in the shade, playing some cornhole, drinking some beers. It is going to be. We finally hit those 3 months out of the year where it's bearable to go outside here in Houston, Texas.
Yeah, we're not even to the peak going outside.
Yeah. And
Speaking of.
It is going to be so much fun, and I would really like to see everyone out there.
Speaking of.
Even you, Chad. You're invited.
Is he still watching?
I don't know.
Okay. Speaking of things outside, if you can't make it to B52, if you're not going to go party with Kennedy and Jules,
You're lame, and
well, I was going to say you may be headed to the Texas Renaissance Festival. Not a sponsor, but I'll give him a shout out because my boy right behind you over your right shoulder, Kennedy, that Black Plague, which is I think the official beer of 2020.
you got to be careful drinking those beers at the Renaissance Festival. That's all I got to say.
Well, I'm going to say this: take your, it's not. I need you to lean a certain way so that there's more Black Plague. There you go. Now take your camera. Take your camera. Boom. Ready? Go. And there. Black Plague, everybody. That beer, the official beer of 2020 by Brigadoon Brewery and Brew School. They're gonna. They have a little bit of. They've had to really. I say a little bit, a lot bit actually. I talked to Alan yesterday. They've had to do a lot of running around and a lot of configuring and reconfiguring because of this whole COVID stuff. Yeah. And they have a red sign or the whatever, not the blue sign or whatever the thing is with the TABC. So they've had to move their counter out 4 feet, and so you can't take a step inside. You have to go right to the door. So it's beer to go technically, but that means you're still just walking around drinking your awesome, Brigadoon beer or the other guest taps that they have on. So if you're heading out there, just know that they're ready for you. Brigadoon Brewery. Shout out to Alan and the whole crew. Mm-hmm. And
had a lot of fun last year at Brigadoon.
Jeffrey says official beers of 2020, Martin House pickle beers.
Nah. So
I think Black Plague probably gets it.
Yeah.
Just by
we need
the name.
So we need a honey pickle beer.
Okay.
Danny says he misses his Texas beers. I will say this about Danny.
Yeah.
Moves to Florida, immediately hooks up with some of the local brewers there, and he's collaborating brews with them.
Yeah. Well, he's a lovely man to brew with, and just to hang out with.
Yeah.
Danny, Florida's better for having you. Let me tell you.
Florida's Texas is worse off for losing you, but Florida needs a lot of help.
Yeah.
And so you're doing the Lord's work up there.
Tammy says puke.
Good for you.
Tammy, not a fan of the pickle beers?
Tammy, I'm not a fan of the pickle beers either. They're not good.
You know, did everyone go nuts? Jeffrey says everybody went nuts over the pickle beers. Mm-hmm. Nuts over pickles? I hope the nuts are under the pickles. I'll be honest with you. That if nuts over pickles, you've got a problem.
Yes.
Print that T-shirt.
Yeah.
That liquid lunch. Nuts over pickles, you've got a problem. Print that shirt.
It's got to be pickle over nuts.
Pickle over nuts.
Because you've got issues.
That's what I just said. Yeah. We need to figure. You know what? We do it like a math equation. Just pickle over nuts. Mm-hmm. That's liquid lunch.
I think if you had nuts over pickle, you're peeing in your face.
You got issues for sure. That's what I'm saying. You need to go see a doctor. Jeffrey says he's not a fan. So here's my thing. I think there's a lot of Jeffrey says Bloody Mary one not good. Did I try any of the Martin House? I tried New Braunfels earlier this year when we tried those at Thistle. My goodness, I guess maybe it was early this year. Their the spicy one that they did with the jalapeno pickle beer, the pickle effer, was really good. I don't know that I could drink more than a few sips of it because it's just an intense beer. I enjoyed it, spicy, tart, whatever. But myself and Kelly and Mary, we sat around and had the charcuterie, the meat platter with the cheese and the olives and all that good stuff.
A true charcuterie plate does not have cheese on it. But okay,
maybe we did the cheese plate.
No, in America you put cheese and you put nuts and you put fruits and raisins and shit on it. But a true charcuterie board is only meat.
What's your source? Only meat?
Only meat, yeah. What's
your source?
Charcuterieboard.com.
All right, I'm going to look that up. I don't know how to spell. If I knew how to spell charcuterie, I would look that up and fact check you on that one.
Oh, Janae, big fan of the pickle beers. It's weird. Like, there are people out there, Tom,
yeah,
big fan of pickle beers.
Yeah.
Loves that shit.
Right.
Me? Yeah. I'm good. Like, the pickle beers, like the first sip, to me is always really good. And then second sip, I'm like, I think I'm done. And the third sip, I'm like, I hate pickle beers.
Okay.
Oh.
That's what I think for me. The jalapeno version that Kelly Meyer had out at from New Braunfels. It was. I think the elements of the tart and the heat and everything else going on. .org. Always default to .org is what Jeremy says. But anyway,
here's the kid.
I think that one was. It had enough different layers to it that was. It wasn't so just pickle upside your face, right?
Yeah.
Just pickle in your face.
Read that quote.
I did. I saw it.
I love that.
Full of yogurt.
I love that we can.
You're full of soft serve ice cream.
That the emojis work right now on the comments.
It's only the silhouette though, so that could be soft serve vanilla ice cream.
That's
or chocolate vanilla swirl.
I am full of shit, Tammy.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Danny says you can just say just drink from the jar. Maybe put a shot of vodka in a pickle jar.
Oh, hold on. Coming from a European, right here.
Sure. Well, okay, sorta. I mean, that whole Brexit thing. Are they really still part of Europe?
They absolutely are European.
Are y'all? I mean,
they may not be European Union, but European.
I don't know how that works.
Anyway, I'm right about the charcuterie
They went
board.
solo.
Trust me, I know my meats.
Coming out with a solo album.
I know meats.
Okay. All right. There you go. All right. So there you go. Well, then whatever you want to call that board at Thistle, it's a charcuterie style board.
I mean,
since it's not technically
if it's out in front of, if I get a charcuterie board and it has cheese on it, I'm not going to say, shit, you guys put cheese on it. I don't want it.
Right. No,
I'm eating that cheese. I love cheese.
They get their cheese plates. They also do just cheese and meat plates or whatever, just cheese plates. They do that. They get all that from Houston Dairy Maids. Those Houston Dairy Maids. Have you ever checked out the Houston Dairy Maids? Again, Not a sponsor, but I'd love to have them on the show at some point. I'd love to do a show from there and just cheese and beer like all day. Those are some. I love watching their videos on like Instagram when they post their cheese plates of the day or on Facebook. That is some cheesy awesomeness right
So
there.
here I think Mercy Beer's on my side, saying I'm right again about Brexit.
Well, then he put mum.
Then he says,
like his flowers. We have some mums outside.
Mom.
It says mum.
Yes.
We have mums outside.
That's in England, they say mum, not mom.
I get it. But in
Okay.
Texas, we plant mums.
Yeah.
So figure it out.
And then he said a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. That was your 2 times.
Yes.
It was noon and midnight.
Jumping on the
All in one
let's
day.
make fun of Kennedy bandwagon.
6:30
It's
would probably be a
cool.
more accurate thing because,
It's cool.
swing in there.
It's cool. We need to wrap it up. I gotta go.
Oh, fine.
It's work time. I gotta go to work.
All right. Well, we'll wrap it up then.
So I got distracted. And I was telling Mercy Beers about a little inside information because it sounds like he's a big fan of the Pilsner. Everyone, Monday. Little inside information here. Monday, we're doing a show about Pilsner.
Well, from one area of Germany to the next.
Yes,
One region to the next.
We're not doing like beer style specific shows. It just kind of happened to work out
Well, it's the
this way because
anniversary of the first Pilsner ever brewed.
Josh came to me about the Pilsner show. I don't know what, last week,
2 weeks ago, week and a half, something like that.
something like that, and I just came up with this idea about the Kolsch show like a few days ago.
Yeah.
We're not always going to do this, but we're doing it within like 4 or 5 days apart.
How many styles have a birthday?
Yeah, exactly.
Like we'll probably do pumpkin stuff around Halloween, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So if anyone is interested in Pilsners,
Do you know what the original Pilsner is called?
Pilsen?
Do you know? No.
What?
That's the place.
Yeah.
Do you
I
know
don't
the brand that's the original Pilsner?
Yes. Miller Lite.
No. That's the original light beer. Ooh, we should do a Grzycki show. That'd be fun. We could get Chip on from Live Oak. He would talk about Grzyckis for
Man, Tammy
polymer.
loves her Polish beers. God bless her.
Yeah,
Loves her Polish beers.
Grzyckis are good beers.
I know.
There you go, Mercy.
Is it
I like polymer better. I thought that was supposed to be a joke. When he said Miller Lite, and then you said polymer beer. I'm like, yep, that's Miller Lite polymer Urkel original. Urkel just means original. So Pilsner Urkel, original Pilsner. I think who are they owned by? Are they owned by ABI? I think they are. ABI just bought out. Who'd they buy out? All the ones over there on the West Coast.
Who knows?
Whitmire. Yeah, one of the original Hefeweizens in America, Whitmer Brothers, and Kona. Who else do they own?
They bought Kona.
Yeah, well, that's the Brew Alliance. They finished. They already owned part of Brew Alliance, and then they now own the whole thing.
Tammy, when we do a Grzycki show, you definitely can contribute.
Yeah,
In fact, you may be the only one contributing because I don't know where we can find Grzycki. Live Oak makes one.
yeah. So does New Magnolia.
I
Do
don't
they have.
Yeah, but they don't always have.
You're right there. Swing by and ask.
True, but it's not always on tap.
Find out when they're going to have it,
Yeah,
and then we'll.
man, they have Grzycki. Oof, at New Magnolia.
Asahi owns Pilsner Urquell. But doesn't ABI, aren't they in there somewhere? I feel like they're in the mix. It's all a weird.
All right, I
mishmash.
gotta go for reals.
All right, fine.
We need to wrap.
All right, 35 and out, everybody.
Thanks everyone for tuning in.
This is my part. I do the in and out, and you get to do the awkward in the middle.
All right.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in today. Mercy Beers. Tell the rest of the UK we said hey, Tammy and Jose and everybody, Jeffrey and Danny and Jose and the whole crew. Thank you guys for joining us for this awesome show. Everybody, get out there this week and enjoy this awesome weather if you're in Texas, and buy somebody a beer and
B52 Sunday.
enjoy yourself, everybody. Bye. We'll see you then.
Has been a presentation of Stewed Productions.
You know, my work's become very inconvenient.